Okay, so we are back. I have successfully survived my encounter with my dog, so I think I get some XP for that. Um, and where were we, Nick? We were talking about you and Velignos and Kragoth were in that abandoned thing and talking about your father's plans and whatever. Yes, he does. He may potentially have info to feed you later on. Uh, if you're able to get this group back on track, or if this group gets to back on track again, if they stall out or break apart, the fellowship breaks, I guess, in Elturel, well then you need to go back to work to your manipulation and your other previous efforts to try and advance Dargathoth's interests.
Okay.
But in the meantime, there is something you can help with. As I said, there is a wizard who in town who we used to deal with when he was younger. The wizard, he was part of the Cult of the Dragon, or at least he was a sympathizer for it, and he would assist us. His name is Vereen Tret. Now, Tret, with the shift in the Cult of the Dragon, he managed to survive the transition from the previous kind of regime and into the new Tiamat promoting regime. Or at least he's not dead. He's completely cut off all ties with the Cult of the Dragon, and last we heard he was left with a fairly powerful item that your father wants back. Now, this guy was fairly powerful, 25 years ago when he worked with you guys. You can imagine he's only gotten more powerful since then. And he has a son who is apparently no slouch with spells as well. His son's name is Sanvol Tret.
Okay.
Okay. This guy has you may remember that Elturel is sort of built at along these cliffs along the river Kyantar. This Vereen Tret's actually powerful enough to have a separate manor place built about a mile south, a mile east of here on the north shore, that's sort of set out on this one little precipice that sort of, or not precipice, but like sort of I guess it is a precipice. It sort of goes out, and there's a little outcropping, I guess, where he has chosen to build his manor. If we leave now, and avoid you remember that the Red Cloaks are or the Hell Riders are the mercenary group that acts as sort of the city watch for Elturel. We need to avoid them, but if we avoid them and get out there, we need to deal with Vereen Tret and recover the item for father.
Okay.
So you still are then loyal to our father?
Yes, I don't know why we're sitting here and wasting precious night.
Then let's go. We have horses, and also we have a wagon waiting out back. And Velignos says, "It's such a shame. I had such plans for your corpse."
I'm going to say to him, I know that you're a skilled necromancer, but even you, I don't think, can bring your own dead body back to life after I'm done with you.
Oh, you play, you taunt. Oh. Come, Ivar. And he walks out towards the back, and that pickled zombie kind of starts shambling along after him. Kragoth collects his things, throws his musket and over his shoulder, and escorts you out to the wagon. Now, as he's walking out, he says, "You were always the one more skilled in deception, brother. Any advice you have as to how to deal with this wizard, we will be eager to hear from you."
They're asking me.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And is he like retired, or is he still? What does he do for a living?
Wizards rarely retire. They tend to just keep on working on their skills, their abilities, whatever. Wizards are kind of like wine in that they get more potent with age.
Right. Um,
And they said he's got a son now too.
right. Um,
You got a probably like a maybe half hour ride out to the spot from town. Excuse me. Mm. So
I'll tell him I'll think of something and see what comes to me.
okay. So like when you unless you've got something you want to talk to your brothers about, then you kind of reach the manor.
Okay. Okay. And it's just like in a open space, or
What it is on trying to find a way of showing this without showing the. I guess it really doesn't matter. There is okay. So this is what the manor sort of. I'm going to cover the name. There we go. That's where the manor is sort of built.
okay.
Yeah.
It's the big one.
Yes, on top there. There's some ruins up here.
Okay.
You pass as you're going up towards the manor itself, but the manor is sort of it's a two-story affair that sits sort of on the like high up on the cliffs on the north side of the or the north shore of the River Canatar. It is a I mean in your lifetime you've seen the abodes of wizards a number of times, and they're always unusual and in bizarre places, in particular if they're powerful enough to merit that. Out front there are some. It appears that this isn't even really set up to it's like someone just built a manor home in the in the middle of nowhere without the protection of a city, which either speaks volumes to the power of the wizard or the foolishness of the wizard. And foolish wizards generally don't get to be around for as long as this guy has been.
Right.
So I guess the direction that Velignos and Kragoth are looking to take from you is. Are we going in guns blazing, or are we going to try and finesse our way in?
Right. I'm going to inspect the ruins there and see what I can derive from them.
Okay. So, are you going to park the wagon somewhere then, or?
Yeah, out of sight. Like I assume the ruins are pretty close there, right? To
They are. Okay. So each square is about. Actually, the ruins themselves are only about maybe 40 or 50 feet away from the actual manor proper. However, there are two trees out front there. So you may be able to position your, sort of stop the thing a little further back and then sort of hike up. You can have the benefit of the cover of the ruins and the trees.
Okay.
Now the ruins. Yeah, what you can tell as you are you planning on using any of your? Well, I can't remember. Can you turn invisible at will?
Well, as a spell, but if
No.
I what's
Oh,
that?
move. So I was looking at one with shadows.
Oh, you have to be still for that.
Yeah. Okay. So, and you do not, you know what, I would give you advantage on stealth checks for this. So I don't think you're trained in stealth, but you'll be your dexterity.
Oh, I'm not trained in stealth?
You are not, no.
That's weird.
You went with more of the chatty stuff, I think. You were trained in deception, intimidation, investigation, and persuasion.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're planning on relying on your spells.
Yeah, that's I'm pretty sure what I was thinking. Anyways.
This is incidentally before Ember was killed, so Ember is with you as well.
Right. Yeah. Ember was only gone for a little while.
Yeah, I think it was like the day or that night.
Yeah. Yeah, so I will stealth as best I can, and
go ahead. You got advantage on the roll. Roll twice and tell me what the highest result is at +2.
Oh, 20.
Whoa, nice one. Natural 20?
No, you said +2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 20 altogether.
Okay, so you make your way you make your way over to the ruins, and what you find is that it's impossible to tell how many floors that this building once had. For all that remains are the sooty and scorched stones of its foundation. To the east, a 4-foot wide stone well sits partially collapsed in the corner of the ruins. Can you make an investigation check for me, please?
Add anything to
it? Your investigation. You were trained in that, I believe. Oh. Your investigation is a +3.
Okay. 13.
13. These ruins, or the burning, or the burned remains, I guess, they're probably about maybe 6 months old, if that.
Okay.
At the outside, like they have. Actually, it's probably even. I'm sorry. It's probably actually even sooner than that. It's probably about 3 months old at the most.
Okay.
What you think as well is that these were the likely servants' quarters.
Just doing I guess, like, just knowing this time period and stuff, is it likely that they would be attached to the main building underground?
Oh, no, probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
Yeah. As you sort of are, you poke your head down or look down to that the collapsed well, you hear kind of a scratching on the wall, and you see in the dim moonlight. At first, you can't make out what it is, but you realize that there is a bird kind of walking along the side that has been sort of looking at you. It's a jet black crow.
I don't know if I would know this, but would either of my brothers have detect magic?
I don't think either of them do. No. What you do know about your brothers is that, as said, Valignos is an alchemist. It's for mechanic wise, it's the conversion of the Pathfinder class.
Okay.
So it's the 5th edition version of that class. He can craft potions and stuff like that, and I think that one of those might be. Let's see, is it detect magic? No, he's focused on other stuff. He does not have that ability, and your brother Valignos is Yeah, he's what's known as a spell slinger. He is a gunslinger class with the spell slinger archetype. So he's kind of a focuses some of his magic into his sort of marksmanship.
Okay.
That likewise does not have a detect magic, or he doesn't at least.
Right.
There, his magic focuses on evocations like destructive spells and illusion.
Okay. Um, I have throwing daggers, right? Yes.
I think so.
I do. Yeah. Would one of these kill that crow?
Quite. Well, it's a finesse weapon is +2, possibly.
It's a D4 damage +4.
Oh yeah, because your strength. Yeah. Yeah. It would. It's quite possible it would kill it.
Okay. I'm gonna throw one of my daggers at it.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Uh, 15.
15 is. Let's see. Hey, where'd I put it? Where'd I put it? 15 is, I think, probably good enough. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a and a flurry of feathers, and that thing is no more.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna get my dagger back, I guess,
Okay,
and we will. Huh. I'll ask them for their opinions, um, and then say it would be really nice to have something to detect if there's any magical warding or warning spells on the land.
they can't do that.
Right, but I just tell them that.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. No, they're saying that they sort of look at you and they say, "Well, what you can't."
There's limits even to my powers.
Even to yours. Wow.
Um,
Brother, I thought more of you, says Valignos. So here is the, see if I can get this in a legible size here. Okay, can you see that? Fuck off, camera. Did I take it in the wrong way? I did. Fuck. Dummy that I am. Hey. So
okay.
that's the what the thing looks like. What's inside is not necessarily the same, but the
Right.
I'm just so we've got a map to go from for the the outside of the place.
Okay.
Okay. So there are two sets of doors that sort of lead into this place. It seems, and how would you like to approach them? How would you like to approach the place? There are also windows on the side as well, but there isn't much room on the side. There's about 5 foot gap between the walls and the sort of the drop off in most places. Some it is as much as 10 feet, but most it's only It's only 5.
Okay. So the front there's a front door, and where was the other door?
Both of them are on sort of. There's that main entrance. Let's adjust here again. There's an entrance right here,
Yeah.
and there's an entrance. Whoopsies. An entrance right up here as well.
Okay. Um, we'll go to the side one on the left there.
On the left. The one that says B7 or B2.
I can't see that.
So how's that now?
B7.
B7. Okay. Okay. So you make your way up to. Are you just gonna like walk up? Are you trying to sneak? And you're taking your brothers
Yeah.
with you?
What's that?
Are you taking your brothers with you?
Yeah, we'll all go.
Okay.
We'll sneak. Are any of them wearing armor?
No, actually, well, they're wearing armor, but it's light armor. Nothing that interferes with the ability to kind of be sneaky.
Yeah, I was just trying to look here because I can't find it. Does my invisibility only cover me, or can it cover multiple people?
No, only you.
Okay.
It affects one target, and oh, you know what? Hold on. What level are your spells right now? Are your spell slots? Do you remember offhand?
No, I don't remember.
Let me double check here. Is that your spell slots? 2 second level spell slots, which I think is wrong. I think you at 6th level those should be 3rd level spell slots. I'll double check that. Excuse me. Slot level at 6 is 3rd level, so those are 3rd level spells. Invisibility is a 2nd level spell. So I wonder if you can affect more people by casting at a higher level. You can target 1 additional creature for each slot above 2nd level. So basically, your spell can affect 2 people right now.
Okay.
I have good news too. Your brother, Valignos, he has a formula so that he can create that will allow him to go invisible.
Okay, I'll tell him to keep that handy in case we need to move about unseen.
Okay. Well, if you're like, was your intention to try and make everyone invisible as you approach,
No, no, not right away.
or you just want to keep him back? Okay.
Yeah. So we'll
Okay.
sneak up to that door.
Okay. So you guys all kind of you make your way up towards the door. As you go to get closer and closer to the manor, you see that there are lights on the main floor, but there don't appear to be any lights anywhere else, like anywhere else in the building. Can you make a perception check for me, please, as you approach? And you can get advantage on that.
Okay.
Let's say wisdom perception.
So +0 then
Is that what it is? Yeah.
for my wisdom. Yeah.
Yep. Roll twice.
17.
17. Okay, so as you approach, you can actually hear there's some kind of music being played inside, and you can hear someone laughing.
Okay. We'll continue.
Okay, make your way up to the door, and you can distinctly hear that there is some kind of music from like a what do you call it? Harpsichord, or yeah, I guess a harpsichord being played inside, and someone is a man is killing himself laughing.
Okay. Is it in the room that we would be entering?
Yeah, it sounds like it's on the other side of the door, the main door that you're going to be that you would be
Okay.
entering.
Right. How tall is this manor?
It is 3 stories,
Okay.
including the attic.
I'm gonna ask my brother if he has any what do you call that? Um, when you prevent somebody from making noise.
Silence?
Yeah, silent spell.
He does not. No.
Okay. So we'll go to the front door, the main door.
The other door?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go to the other door, and there does not
Also,
appear.
I guess peer in the windows where we are and along the way too, just to see if we see anything.
Okay. You go up to the windows, and the windows are fairly filthy. Um, but oh, just one sec here. Sorry. Hello. Hey, mom. What's up? He, I did answer. I texted you back. I'm actually. I'm sorry. We're actually we're gaming tonight. Also, yeah, yeah. No, so check your text messages because I did reply to it. He stayed home today. I will. Oh, I will too. Okay. All right. Love you, mom. Talk to you soon. Bye bye. Either I or my mom don't know how to work text messaging. I'm gonna put odds that it's not me. Um, yeah, that's weird. Um, the let's see here. So you as you make your way past the opaque, um, so the sort of the windows looking into that room, they're a little dirty on the inside, but with some effort, you can kind of peek inside, and what you see is that there appears to be a figure that's kind of moving around in the center of this room, uh, and there's you can't see any other moving figures in there.
Okay. And he's not playing an instrument.
No, but you know what? It's really tough to see actually. Like you can sort of see, what it's like to look through a window into that's sort of like frosted over with ice. It's like that, but dirty here. So
Okay.
you can sort of general forms moving around. Um, but you can't quite work out what's actually what, who the form is. It looks about human sized, um, but you're not quite sure what who that is or whatever.
Okay. So we'll make our way to the other door.
Okay, so make your way to the other door, and that that door is you do not hear anything inside.
Okay. And I will, I guess, check to see if it's open.
It is locked.
I can lock pick. I can't think, right?
So are you proficient with it?
Think so.
That sounds like something that sure, I know Steve's character is.
What's it
Uh,
under?
Disguise kit and a forgery kit.
What's lock picking under?
It would be under the tool proficiencies. Uh,
Uh,
Proficiencies, you got simple weapon, light armor, disguise kit, and forgery kit. You're a scoundrel, not a thief.
right. I'll ask them if they have lock picking kit.
Um, uh, Neither of them do, but you see here. Oh, um, um, what's his name? Kragoff looks at you kind of funny and kind of starts unholstering his musket.
I'm gonna say we're looking for a quiet entrance.
He says it's not that loud.
Compared to something.
Yeah. He shrugs. He's like, well, if you've got a better idea.
Um, do I have flying yet?
Do you have flying? Yes, whatever skills whatever powers or spells you've got right now, you've got.
Okay, so I think I'm flying then. Is there a balcony at all?
Is there a balcony?
Yeah.
I don't believe so, actually. No, this thing is pretty self-contained.
Hmm. How
It
big
does look
is?
like, I mean, there are some windows up on the, there are some windows on the second floor that go into a blackened area. And I'll remind you, you don't have dark vision. And there are windows in the attic as well. But again, that's dark and you have no dark vision.
Um, okay, is there a chimney?
There is, there's not, no.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
Very sick. Yes, there is. I'm sorry, there are two chimneys.
How big would they be?
They would not be big enough for you to fit in.
What about Ember?
Ember could fit in there, yeah.
I'm gonna get him to go in and scout and possibly something else, depending what happens.
Okay. Remember, he can't fight, so there's not really much else he can do.
No, but he could maybe like unlatch something if there was a latch.
Yeah, possibly. Um, Sending Ember out on his own always works out well for you.
Yeah, it
Uh,
always has. Always will.
okay, so you communicate to Ember to do that, and Ember flies up and whoo, down into the chimney. Um, Amber, does he have dark vision? I think he does, right?
So yeah.
Thanks. I think he, yeah, dark vision and blind sight. Okay, so he zips down into the chimney. He flies out, and he finds the chimney lets out onto the main floor. Uh, what you can see, because you can share senses with him, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a telepathy kind of thing, but without words. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like you don't. Just trying to remember if you see through his eyes or no. I don't think so. Um,
I think you
as
see
an
like
action,
images.
yeah. As an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn. During this time, you are deaf and blind with regard to your own senses. But okay, so I'm going to assume that's what you're doing. You got your
Yeah.
brothers to watch out for you. What you find is that there is like the chimney that he comes down leads out to a kind of a parlor or like a sitting room. From there, there
And
are, oh yeah.
you after you said parlor sitting room, you just froze.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it says that my connection is having difficulties. I'm actually not on the. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you and see you now.
Okay, that's weird. Yeah. So, I should have gone up and connected directly to the router. Um, but is this better now?
Yeah, it's fine now.
Okay, weird. Okay, so what do you find when you go into the parlor is that there are a number of the room itself uh, uh, has not been kept up. It's quite dirty and it's quite worn, like as if someone hasn't been cleaning up after themselves for quite some time. And one of the sitting chairs has been kind of smashed to flinders by something. There are two sets of double doors that lead out of there back towards where you guys are, towards the front of the house. Um, and Oh, actually, sorry, there are two places that the fireplace lets out. There is here, and then there's a main floor as well. did you want Ember to go out on? I'm assuming he's poked his head out and has looked in here. The second floor is dark, and actually there is Ember telepathically messages back to you that there is some horrible smell here.
Oh, okay. But he doesn't see anything where it would derive from.
No.
Okay, so yeah, to the main floor then, I guess.
Okay, so on the main floor, it lets the fireplace is let out onto a what appears to be a dining room. There's a mahogany table there surrounded by chairs that is sort of pushed aside, and two of the chairs are knocked over. The room looks very much like the sitting room did, where it's kind of it's been it hasn't been treated very well. There are scratches in the floor from something heavy being moved across it, or something heavy moving across it. And Ember can hear the sounds of that music and someone laughing elsewhere on this floor.
Okay. Can he check that room out?
He can actually, and from where he is, it is pretty much straight through until the front doors, the doors that you guys are at now, not the doors where the singing is, but the second set of doors.
Right. So
I'll just give me a second. I'll show you the map. Okay, so Ember is in B4, and B2 are the doors that you guys are at right now.
okay. And what's in the hallway there? Oh, those are stairs.
There are two doors that are actually closed right now, so you're not aware of whether those are stairs or not.
Right.
What you see is a straight down. That manticore looking thing is actually not there. There is just a series of smashed vases in there, and actually looks like there's a third fireplace there.
Okay. So from B3, he's gonna kind of slowly look into B7 and see what's going on there.
Okay. In what he does is, as he flies over, actually to get into B7, he has to open two doors.
Oh, okay. I see. I see that. Yeah, in the hallway there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So he'll go to the doors of the front of B2.
I don't know if he's strong enough to open doors.
No, no. I'm just saying, and he's gonna check it out.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, he can't actually see in. Like he can't see into B7 from where he is.
No, no, no. Just the doors where we are.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Okay. So he gets to the doors where you are, and there is a there are a set of locks on there, but there is no key in the door.
Okay.
Amber kind of, I guess, like throws his weight up and down on it, and it confirms that it is locked.
Okay.
From inside here, though, the music is even louder than it sounds outside.
Okay. How about the windows?
The windows here, there are windows on either side of there's the door or the doors, and then on the side of the walls on the side of that, you have two windows there. They are, let's see here, they would be locked, I'm assuming, but they're just glass.
How are they locked? Can Ember unlock them?
What is Ember's strength? Ember's strength is, where are you, Ember? Strength is a 6. I'll say he can do that. He goes over and pulls one of the latches, so you're able to pop the window open.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I'll say this is our way in, and we will do our best to quietly climb in.
Okay.
You're breaking up.
I said you die.
You're kind of like in and out.
Am I back now?
Yeah,
Okay. What I said was you die.
yeah. Great, yay.
All right. It's actually a simulacrum. Yeah, Margot's actually a zombie and has been for the last couple of weeks. That's the surprise.
Oh, you mean I'm a
Um,
Jack-o'-lich?
yeah, really, Dragonborn a lich. Um, the You make your way into the hallway, and the yeah, it's very much as I described. Like there is that music that's coming in from the other room, through that hallway or through that other set of doors, and then there is a rank stink in here too. It smells like um, stagnant water mixed with pus.
Like corpses? Or like the corpse?
Not much worse than that, actually.
Worse than that.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna ask my brother, the one that I hate and hates me. What's his name again?
Valignos.
Lignos. I'm gonna ask him. You're very familiar with rotten stenches. Can you place your nose on this one?
Let's see. He stops and kind of. It's an unnatural smell, but not of the undeath.
Hmm.
Can't place it.
Um, are there were the father and son rumored to live together?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The son
Okay.
is supposed to live here too. That's why there was that warning.
Right. Okay. So um, maybe. Hmm. Open the door to the hallway where the music is coming from.
Okay. So you open the door to the hallway and kind of cautiously poke your head in, and the hallway is actually not lit. The room that you are in, the main room, is lit, and the room where all the music is coming from is lit as well, because there's light kind of coming from underneath the door.
Okay. When I opened that door, was it very silent? Like, was it a
It
clicky
wasn't,
door?
it wasn't super loud. I mean, it wasn't loud and it wasn't silent. It was just a
Okay.
door. It's quieter than the music that's playing in the other room.
Right. So I'm going to close that, leave my brothers there, close that door behind me, open this door a slight bit and let Ember into it, and then, yeah, and then leave, and then that's it.
Okay. Um, you let Amber in. Uh, I'm just going to point out that there is an awful lot of stuff in the game that has blind sight. So I'm sorry for this. Um, uh, but as soon as Amber makes her way in there, or his way in there, what is Amber's hit points? 7. Yeah. Um, okay. Something that you cannot see, or at least that you are you sharing senses? Let me. What we'll do is we'll establish what the when you send Amber into a place like this. Am I to assume that you're automatically sharing senses with her or him right away?
Yeah.
Or yes? Okay. So
Yeah,
you
it's for like a scout.
okay? So you immediately see him go in there, and then suddenly there's pain, and Amber is dead.
Okay. So, like, immediately?
Basically, as soon as he kind of creeps in there to try and get by, um, within what you get is you're able to get the view of what that figure that you saw in there was. It's a man who's dressed up in well, I mean, relatively nice clothing, a nice tailored cape, shiny chainmail that looks like it's, well, fine chainmail that looks like it's not been well taken care of. He looks really underfed and kind of emaciated, and he's got this wild look in his eyes, and he's kind of just spinning around in place at the table or in the middle of the room while this harpsichord plays off seemingly on its own in the corner.
Okay.
And that kind of held your attention for enough time for something to pounce on Ember.
Oh, so it wasn't that man.
No,
Oh, okay.
you're not sure what it is.
Okay, so I'm going to, I guess, ready in action.
Okay. You hear a voice from in the room that says, "What? What's that, boys? Something out there. Well, we can't have that. Trespassers in Daddy's home." And he reaches down to his waist and pulls out this, or you hear a shing as he pulls out his sword. And what is your ready to action? Remember, ready in action is always if X, then Y.
Right. It's going to be if anything comes through the doorway, I'm going to use my fire breath.
Okay. Well, there is something that comes through the doorway. You hear that same voice saying, "Where are your brothers at this point? Are they in the hallway with you?"
They were actually just on the other side of the door.
Okay. You hear someone within say, "Have you?" And you see these fingers sort of poke through the door, and as the crack that you'd opened there, as you're about to unleash the flame, you see that there is this gout of flame that comes out, engulfing yourself and one of your brothers. I'll say it's going to be what's his name, Kragauth, because he's probably more upfront than what Valignos is. What I need from
They were on the other side of that door.
well, I'm assuming the doors aren't like they've closed the door to seal you in there.
Well, no, I closed the door so I wouldn't let light into the other room.
What? Oh, the light from the hallway, you mean?
No, the light from the other, like the entrance room.
Okay, so they're in the hallway with you.
No.
So you've left. No, like that doesn't make sense. They would not let you go off on your own. They'd be with you.
Yeah, but there's like two doors. There's like a door here and a door here, right? Like they're
Right.
really close together.
No, I know, but they wouldn't like if the door opened, they wouldn't let you go in there and close yourself in there and then wait to see if there's any trouble, right? That doesn't make any sense.
Sure.
I'm assuming that what they would do is, well, no, I mean, like if you can suggest otherwise, well, how this makes sense, and I'm happy to agree to that, but it doesn't like what's the plan then? Just to wait and see if you scream and then come in and get you, or what?
Well, no, the plan was just to let Ember into the room and scout and not let any of the, well, I mean, it doesn't matter, I guess, if we're all in the hall or not, just because we don't have dark vision and the hallway was dark, we weren't going to be able to see anything.
Right. But okay, well, that's fine. I'll say that you're in there by yourself. So you're the only one who's needs to make a dexterity save for me, please.
I also wouldn't be standing right in front of the door either.
No, but this is it covers enough of the hallway to tag you, regardless of wherever you're sitting.
I rolled a 19.
Okay. So you make it, and you.
So 21.
I've resisted. You're going to take half damage from this as well. So you're going to take basically half and half. You take 2 points of damage as a gout of flame rushes over you and fills the hallway. And 43. And then the what do you call the door sort of swings open, and you see that that same kind of crazed guy is standing there, and flanking him or kind of around his feet, like a loyal pack of dogs, are three things that look like this.
Okay.
And he says, "Get him, boys!" And that's where we're going to call it for the night. Actually, I got to get my hour of drawing done, so I have to get that done now. But we'll pick it up again here. XP for tonight will be, let's see, I'm going to give you 900 well, 900 for the session encounter with your brothers, and I'll give you another 450. I'll give you another 600 for the and sending Ember in. So that should, let's see here, calculator, that should have hit the old ding-a-ling. Let's see here, what's your current XP?
It's like 21.
420. Oops.
Yeah.
Plus 1600. Oh, that should be 1500 minus equals 22,920. You got to be kidding me. You, I think you are 80 XP shy of hitting the next hitting level. Let me see. If that's the case, I think we'll just front you the 80 XP and we'll worry about collecting it another time.
So things can just have blind sense?
Yeah, there's like that particular monster has blind sense.
Oh, it's a monster.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I didn't think humans could just have blind sense.
Nope. That's because that's why I didn't describe what got him, and that's why this is what I had planned to be in there anyway. So I wanted to say that, like, this is not playing dirty pool. These things have 60-foot blind sense. They have no eyes. That's how they detect things. So basically, it's like they would be staring directly at Ember as he walked in.
So they could have detected us outside of the building then?
It could have, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so that is. So
there was no real good way to enter that room then.
Not really, no. There, any which way you went in, it likely would have ended poorly. Okay, so you're at 22,920. What I'll do is I'll give you the extra 80, so you're at 2,300 on the nose.
Okay.
So you are 7th level, which means I believe you gain access. Your spell slots are now 4th level. Is that right? Let's see here. Yep, you get 1 new spell, and your spell slots are now 4th level. And you get a new invocation.
Okay.
Okay, so they are 4th level. You get more points as well. You get 5, 6, 7. So max will be 52, 50. Had you picked out your spells beforehand, or had you thought out what your next spell was going to be, or your next invocation?
No, I might have at one point, but I don't remember. So
it's been a while since we've been playing these guys regularly. So, we'll take those are the 2 things you got to pick. You got to pick a new spell, and you've got to pick and remember because you've hit a new level, you can swap out spells as well. There's a lower level spell that you want to drop and take a higher level spell in its place. You're free to do that as well. And let's see here. So, 8 now. And you get a new invocation, which will be interesting. And actually, 7th level, there are certain ones that now open up for you, like Dreadful Word, Bewitching Whispers.
I think what I'm going to do is probably take Dark Vision, or what's the equivalent of that?
Devil's Sight is the invocation.
Yeah, because it's getting ridiculous already.
Yeah, it's well, you know what the thing is, because in previous editions they gave away dark vision like it was fucking candy.
Yeah,
That they realized like no, dark vision breaks everything. I ran a campaign that was ow, and like I could never sneak up on them. I could never. There was never really a like scary, because they could always fucking see, and they could see for 120 feet.
yeah.
But I mean, that you're giving up an asset to gain that, so I think that will be worthwhile. Okay, Devil's Sight.
What do I
Uh,
have to give up for that?
Nothing. Yeah, that is your invocation. That'll be your new invocation.
Oh, okay. I'm still gonna look at the list and stuff, but I'm sure that's what I'll go with just because it will come in so useful.
Oh, absolutely.
Or it could have already.
Especially if you're trying to be sneaky and stuff like that too. It's just a very handy thing to have. And yeah, and you get a new spell as well too. So and you now have access to 4th level spells. So you can extend. Hey, did I record Dark One's Own Luck? Oh, yes, I did. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Got that. Yeah. So you've also got Fire Shield and Wall of Fire are the 2 ones that you add to your list of ones you can choose from your feed. Yeah,
Okay.
you're packed. Cool. Well, thanks for making the session tonight. For those listening at home, thanks so much for listening for our solo session. And we'll see you tomorrow night for the regular scheduled Live from the Sword Coast podcast.